Hi, my name is Rachel. Welcome back to another YouTube video. By the time this video goes up, I will officially be 21 weeks pregnant, which is really exciting. I'm a few days shy of it right now, but I've definitely passed the halfway mark. Well, I can't say definitely because I could go past 40 weeks. And I won't be surprised if I will, honestly. But anyways, it's been such an amazing pregnancy so far. In the first trimester, I was just like constantly like, am I even pregnant? I don't have any negative symptoms. You know, your body doesn't change that much. I was only up 3 pounds by the end of the first trimester, but now since starting the second trimester and now being very deep into it, I've been gaining about a pound a week, seeing my belly grow every week, starting to feel kicks, which is really exciting. But yeah, everything's been great. I've been maintaining a very healthy pregnancy with my nutrition, recovery, and training. I'm going to show a full upper body and core focused workout. It's a very good pregnancy focused workout. And then I'm just going to talk about how some of the other health habits have been going, but let's just go ahead and hop right into it. All right, I am now 18 weeks and 3 days pregnant. So at the end of every week, I take my weekly body weight average and I'm up 8.6 pounds, I believe, to 154.2 pounds. And it's been super relieving to see the changes so far, to actually feel pregnant, like going up about a pound a week since starting the second trimester, because I've literally had like no pregnancy symptoms other than positive ones. But yeah, let's take a look at my outfits for the week. Pretty much the same in terms of being very limited. I can still fit in my size smalls that are stretchy. This is a jumpsuit sized up to a medium for all my gym outfits of the week. I have one more day of Thanksgiving break tomorrow, so that's like one more fun outfit. And then still stuck in jumpsuits. This stretchy pant maybe has like one more week that I can wear it. And then sweater dresses. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So before I get into some of the overall training block highlights and how everything went, ending this most recent training block at 20 weeks and 1 day pregnant, I wanted to showcase this individual workout. I'm 19 weeks and 1 day pregnant in this video. And as you can see here, I am starting with Larson bench. So I have my feet elevated off the ground. I love this variation during pregnancy because it is naturally a low arch bench variation. So all I'm doing is pinching my shoulder blades the bare minimum amount to maintain shoulder stability so that I can get nice lat engagement on the way down and then solidly push through my chest on the way up. And as you can see, my touch point is mid-chest, as I'm doing for all bench variations during pregnancy, because I want to keep the breathing in my chest and not have any stretching in my stomach whatsoever. This was a pyramid, so I started with 7 reps at 110, then 6 reps at 115, and then 5 reps at 121. Much less bench volume during pregnancy than I do as a powerlifter, but I'm still focused on the compound movements at the start of my workouts because they're very effective movements. And then I moved into single arm farmer's carry. As you can see, I'm doing them very slow, so I sped them up so it's not super boring. I love this because it's anti-rotation. That's going to be a theme throughout this training video. It's really important for maintaining a good position in your lower back, not having lower back pain during pregnancy, and just keeping your core strong for when your belly starts to really grow. Right here, I believe I was up 9 pounds at 19 weeks pregnant. And this clip in particular is where I was feeling those 9 pounds. I don't really feel the extra weight when I'm doing weighted movements. In fact, it might be actually helpful, but when you're doing pull-ups, you notice the difference when you gain any weight whatsoever. So I did 1 set of 7 and then 1 set of 6. Before pregnancy, I was only weighing 145 pounds and I was able to do 11 reps easily on any given day for multiple sets. And right here, I think I'm like 154-ish pounds. This is my absolute favorite exercise during pregnancy, again, for the theme of anti-rotation. And you're also trying to make sure that you maintain a solid lower back position, not arching your back. And it's like the hardest way to move 25 pounds that I can think of. But I love that exercise. That's Z press. And then I move into single arm seated cable rows. And again, going with the theme of single arm, single leg exercises, because of the core stability component. Not only are you obviously getting the hypertrophy benefit of doing the more bodybuilding aesthetic based movement, but you're able to focus on functionality a lot more than if you were doing it with both arms. And then I'm moving into some cable bicep curls, definitely keeping in that arm volume this pregnancy. And honestly, I feel like I've gained some muscle out of the 9 pounds that I gained, which is crazy. I was not expecting it. My cat wants to say hi to the YouTube channel. But anyways, I'm gonna get into some of the overall just end of training blocks. So this is from 18 weeks and 3 days pregnant to 20 weeks and 1 day pregnant. So overall, I haven't really had to change that much. I mean, at the beginning, I had to change a lot in terms of my overall physical and mental approach to training, which I broke down in my first 2 pregnancy videos, but I'm not going to get super in depth into that because I don't want to be repeating myself every single week. But in terms of my belly is not, I mean, it's growing every week, which is great. I'm up about 11 pounds, but it's not big enough to where it's interfering with my movements yet. So I haven't really had to change many positionings. However, with my squat, I am slowly starting to widen my stance each week, just because I naturally squat with a pretty narrow squat stance. And even though I still could use that squat stance, my belly is not big enough for it to be a hindrance. I don't want to be like going from narrow to super, super wide and then feel super uncomfortable. I want to just gradually build into that. So that's been one change I've been making for squat. My bench, still everything's been normal. I've been doing the mid-chest test point, breathing into my chest, not breathing into my stomach at all, making sure there's no stretch in my stomach. I haven't changed my position since the very beginning of literally 4 weeks pregnant, finding out I was pregnant. So that position was the most drastic shift. So now it's been pretty natural because I've been practicing that positioning since the very beginning of finding out I was pregnant. And then for deadlift, I am still able to reach the ground in a conventional stance. My belly's not getting in the way, which is cool. But obviously that's not going to hold up forever, and I'm excited about that because obviously I want to be growing this baby and have a nice baby bump. So I'm practicing my sumo pulls, but I've never pulled sumo deadlifts before. So I'm practicing them elevated off the ground so I can get a feel for it before I start pulling completely off the ground. And I still want to be able to deadlift in a conventional stance even at the end of my pregnancy, but eventually I'm not going to be able to reach the ground because my belly is going to be in the way, so I'll have to elevate it off the ground. But I still think I have one more training block where I can pull off the ground before my belly is completely in the way, and then I'm doing elevated deadlifts and sumo deadlifts, either elevated or off the ground. But yeah, not much has changed in terms of the actual mechanics. I'm still able to push my body weight exercises a lot, which is cool. And then even though they're body weight, it still feels like you're getting stronger every week because you're gaining weight. And that's a nice way to be able to say, hey, I'm still pushing myself. Even though I'm still doing body weight, I'm weighing 11 pounds more than I did at the beginning of the pregnancy and still able to do sets of 10 on dips, and then I'm still able to do sets of 5 to 7 on pull-ups, which is cool. But yeah, those have been fun. And then also the single leg exercises. And another reason why I like doing the single leg exercises is because, mentioning earlier, the belly getting in the way. Eventually your belly might be so big that even squatting with a barbell might be uncomfortable, but there's still going to be ways that you can do exercises on one leg, maybe doing lateral lunges. That will be more comfortable because you can get into a wider stance. So making sure I'm maintaining that stability so that I'm able to have different modifications that I can make later on in my pregnancy when my belly gets really, really big is nice to know. And also, just when you're pregnant, you're at risk of not being the most stable, especially when you get more relaxin later on in your pregnancy. You want to make sure you're practicing the stability so that you're not going to be tripping and falling over and hurting yourself. So that's another added benefit of that. But I always just love training stability exercises all the time year round. But yeah, in terms of actually how my strength has been holding up, I've been pretty much working up to the same levels of strength as I did at the end of the training block. So this was 20 weeks in 1 day when I finished this training block. I worked up to about the same numbers that I did at 16 weeks pregnant, at 12 weeks pregnant, at 8 weeks pregnant. Nothing has really changed, which is great. I mean, it's nice. I did not expect that at all. But I still, again, I'll repeat this every week as much as I have to, even though I'm building up to certain numbers at the end of the week, it's still lighter than I would usually do in the first week of a training block, or maybe at most like weights that I would do in the first week of a training block. But I'm pretty surprised with how well my strength is holding up. And obviously part of pregnancy is gaining a lot of weight, and I'm definitely noticing all of that in my belly, which is exciting. I love it. but my muscle definition has been holding up well, which has been surprising. And again, that's not the focus, but I feel like I've been able to hold up a decent amount of strength and muscle during pregnancy, which maintenance or close to maintenance is what my goal is during this pregnancy. And again, this is going to change drastically. I'm only a little bit over halfway through my pregnancy, so the second half is going to look a lot different than the first half did. And I'm sure the end of my week 24, which will be the end of the next training block that I'm starting today, I'm sure it will be a little less in strength than the block that I did before. But overall, everything's been great. The focus, as always, is to maintain a healthy pregnancy for labor, making sure that I'm preparing myself for that taxing event, making sure that I'm staying healthy for baby, making sure that everything feels good, everything is comfortable, I don't have any issues, no pains, aches, and I've been feeling great, which is awesome. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been feeling kicks, which is really exciting. I touched my belly like 5,000 times during my workout to feel her. She's like, are you okay in there? And yeah, I've been making sure that I'm engaging my pelvic floor properly, practicing the breathing, making sure that how I'm gauging my RPEs, the rate of exertion, is based off of how many good reps I can do with those pregnancy mechanics. But everything's been great. Thank you for watching today's YouTube video. I'm planning on doing bi-weekly updates, so every other Wednesday is my plan, just to make sure I'm getting, enough footage and new things to talk about with each video, because when I do week to week, I just feel like I'm repeating myself sometimes, so I want to have at least some themes as I go through the next videos. But yeah, thank you for watching today's YouTube video. Let me know if there's anything specific that you want me to talk about in the next one, and I will see you then. Have a great rest of your day.